it is actually, I don't know how to call it, strange or amazing. I don't know how to call it. But you remember some times back, there was this shooter who attacked members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in a church. And I think he burnt the church and he shot about 4 people, or something like that. It is being said over 4 people died there. And what happens is members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in that area, at the end of it all, the shooter was also killed by the police. And what happens is that members of the church donated funds. They raised funds. They raised over $280,000. $280,000. I don't know that one in Kenya shillings. I don't know. It could be in millions, man. They donated those monies to the family of the shooter, because the shooter had a family, had a wife and a child, and they were concerned how the family will be, after their father did that. But members of the church were not vengeful. They thought of a way of actually helping the shooter's family. And they raised over $280,000 to that family. Can you imagine? Now, that one reminded me of a teaching of President Thomas S. Monson, when he said that however much the world might hate us, but ours we cannot actually retaliate with hatred too. But what we need to do is to hit them with kindness. And this is one of the most profound lessons that I have learned. And can you imagine, it is a friend of mine that shared this, who is not a member of the church. He came and showed me this, that, Gabriel, have you seen this? I am shocked with what members of your church did, and that is purely actually following the prophet. Now, listen to this.
Since a man rammed his truck into the church in Grand Blanc Township, the LDS Church. This is the aftermath you're watching here. And now we are starting to see acts of kindness that few people saw coming. We're also learning about a bizarre encounter the shooter had at a different church just days before this shooting. Let's get out to Lauren Kostick live in Grand Blanc for us tonight. Lauren, we know you're following multiple new developments tonight.
Ty, that's right. We've seen so many fundraisers shared for the victims of this horrific attack, hundreds of thousands of dollars raised. But one man in Utah did something remarkable recently. He started raising money for the family of the gunman. Take a look.
Man, I have just been standing in this kind of whirlpool of feelings of love and forgiveness and support.
Dave Butler, a member of the Latter-day Saints in Utah, has no connection to Grand Blanc or the man who carried out the terrible act last Sunday. But on Tuesday, he did something you might not expect. He started a fundraiser for the gunman's family. And
then it just kind of blew up, and we literally hit $100,000 about 12 hours in.
By Thursday, the fundraiser surpassed $280,000, with more than 7,000 people donating.
Maybe some people wouldn't have realized it on their own, but the minute they saw it, they said, yeah, this is the right thing to do.
Donations ranging from $10 to $5,000, all of it for the suspect's wife and son.
They didn't lose the guy who walked into the chapel and rammed it with his truck and started shooting people. That's the madman that ended it. The guy they lost was the dad who was there for them, the brother who was there for them, who was the favorite uncle.
Some donations are anonymous, but many are from members of the LDS faith. One writing, "Hope you are able to find peace." Another saying, "You are loved." A remarkable act of forgiveness, bringing comfort to a family left behind.
This is an opportunity that 7,000 people and climbing have taken to show love.
And tonight we're also learning about a strange encounter the shooter had with another church nearby. The leaders over at River Church in Goodrich said that the shooter actually went to a gathering of theirs a week prior to this attack. He apparently wanted his son baptized, but then became agitated and left. We're also told that he held a fundraiser there back in 2015 for his son. Of course, all of this part of the FBI's investigation as they continue to work to confirm a motive. Live in Grand Blanc Township, Lauren Kostick, Local 4.
Yeah, one more case we've been.
Wow. You can see what is exactly is happening. And that one has taught me something, is that we need to listen to the Spirit other than our own emotions. You just need to listen to the Spirit more. We need to listen to the Spirit more. And that is what these members of the church actually did. They expressed kindness to the family of a man who actually burnt the church, burnt the chapel in the church in Michigan, and ended up shooting some members of the church. That is the kind of a heart that the Savior is teaching us, and that is the gospel that the prophets are always reminding us. Otherwise, thank you very much. God bless you. Looking forward to see you again next time. And please let me know what you think about these acts of kindness.